So this week in our KidTalk Phono Group, we are going to be working on the sounds t and p at the ends of words. Words like hot or hop or eat or pop, all of those words have the sounds at the end that we're going to be working on. So I want to give you a few suggestions that you can do at home with your kids to help continue to work on those sounds after the session is over. So to cue your child for the t sound, a lot of times we will touch the upper part of our lip because that is where you put your tongue, is up behind your teeth. Hot. So you put it up behind your teeth, and so this will give them a cue that they need to put their tongue up. You can even verbally tell them, you need to put your tongue up behind your teeth. You may also touch their lip. So sometimes I just touch my own lip and that's enough for a cue, but sometimes I need to touch their lip to help them know that they need to put their t sound on at the end of words. And I also tell them, you need to put a sound at the end. It's not ha. Is it hot or ha? And sometimes they'll say ha. You said ha. So you need to give them that awareness of the fact that they're dropping those sounds at the ends of words. For the P sound, pa, we will use this p sound. Now we want to be careful with these two sounds, the t and the p, that we're not adding an sound. So it's not ta pa, okay, or ha pa, or hit ta, okay? There's no sound at the end. So we want to make sure that you're just using the t and the p sound. So if they're not doing the p sound, even with this visual cue, you may touch their mouth and remind them that they need to close their lips. You have to close your lips at the end of the sound, ha, pa. And really exaggerate that sound so that they can hear and also see how you are making that sound. Okay, a few things that you can do at home for your kids. You can hop like a bunny or a frog. So if you have a stuffed animal bunny or a frog, you can make them hop. Or maybe going into the grocery store when your kid's really gonna be busy, you can practice making them hop. And every few seconds or every few jumps, you ask them what they're doing. Hop, hop. Okay, you can also work on the p sound at the end of pop, like in bubbles. So blow the bubble or withhold this, and you're in charge of this, and ask them, what are we gonna do with the bubbles? We're going to make them pop. Okay, and sometimes your child may try to say the word and fill that in for you, but they forget the sound. So you can say, you're right, pop, but we need to make sure that we put that p sound at the end of that word. So we want to try to not always model the words for our children and let them say the words on their own. So sometimes using what we call a closed procedure, what are we going to do with the bubbles? We're going to make them. Helps them to know that you want them to fill in without necessarily always just saying, say pop, okay? So that's another thing we can do. Another thing you could do at home is play with blocks and stack the blocks up. So up is a great word to target for that final P. And you can also make the blocks go on top, okay? So I will build around the house, and then I will maybe withhold the blocks and keep them for myself, and then ask them, where are we gonna put the block? We're gonna put the block on top, okay? And then to knock it down, you can hit. What are we gonna do with the blocks? We're gonna hit, and see if they will say that word for you. Another thing you can do is just play with pots and pans, cups, bowls, things like that, and work on the word eat. You can also work on cut. If you have Play-Doh at home, you can pretend to cook with your Play-Doh and cut your Play-Doh. You can also play with stuff. Look for pretend foods that you may already have at home that have the sounds at the end, like hot dog, cup. Every time you hand your kid a cup, see if they will put the p sound at the ends of words. You can't touch it, it's too hot. So have a spatula to flip your food. And then, this is not a great example, but you could have a pot. Maybe you put your food in a pot or on a plate, okay? So those are some other words that you could work on this week. If you have any questions about these or what things would be appropriate for your kids, let us know. Another thing that we're gonna be working on is some phonological awareness skills in our group. And so phonological awareness is really the key stepping stones towards becoming really good readers. And so we like to build some of that awareness when they're younger. And some of the first things is rhyme, but also just hearing all the syllables and tapping out the syllables. So this week, practice with your child tapping out the syllables of their name. So I'm Ali. There's 2 syllables in my name. So practice tapping out things this week and making sure that they're tapping out each syllable. Okay, I look forward to talking to you next week, and good luck. Let us know how it goes. Thanks.